Good morning. I'm coming to you this morning. Got a little story that I want to tell you about a conversation I had with a fella in prison. I want you to stick around and hear the whole thing to the end because it has a whole lot to do with why I'm going in there. I've started going into a prison in the Florida Department of Corrections as a volunteer, sharing my experiences, trying to bring in a little hope, a little ray of sunshine, give these guys, ultimately I want to teach a class, and I'm in the middle of putting that class together, the curriculum. I've been chronicling this journey in my YouTube series, Going Back to Prison, and you can find those videos here, and here. I've got days 1, 2, and 3 there. But this video is a little different. I'm going to talk about a conversation I had with a guy. I was in there last week, and I was walking the yard. I was shaking hands. I was introducing myself to people. And I had this opportunity to have this conversation with this dude. And he was telling me that when he was out, evidently he had been in some trouble. I don't know that this is what led to him being in prison on this go around or not. I didn't get into his specifics, but he told me that he had got out. He had gotten a job at a restaurant, and he had been hired. He had received the uniform. He had received his schedule. And he showed up on the first day of work. And when he showed up, the manager told him, hey, listen, they want to see you down in corporate. And he was like, why do they want to see me in corporate? I'm here to work my schedule. And he said, man, I don't have nothing to do with it. They just contacted me and told me to tell you when you arrive for you to go there. So he said, okay. So he went down to corporate headquarters. He went in and said, I'm so-and-so. I showed up at work this morning and they said that y'all wanted to see me. And the lady said, yeah, we wanted to let you know that we don't hire you people. And he said, you people? You don't hire? He said, ma'am, I'm already hired. I've got the work uniform. I've got the schedule. And she said, yeah, we don't hire people that have been to prison. And the guy felt kind of discouraged because here he was trying to do the right thing. It was a humbling job at that. It was a fast food restaurant that he was going to work at. Even the fast food people wouldn't take him, and it discouraged him. And I don't really know how it was he responded to that. I know that he ended up behind them fences, and that's how I got to talk to him. But that is what I'm going in there for. You know, when I first got out, I remember I got hired at a job and they didn't have any applications, any paper applications. This was in 2003. They didn't have any paper applications, and they went on ahead and interviewed me, and I started. I worked Monday, I worked Tuesday, and I showed up for work on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, their paper applications had came in. I guess they had ordered them from the printer. They was being shipped by FedEx or UPS or something. But by Wednesday, the applications were there. And the guy asked me to go ahead and fill out an application just as a formality. And I filled it out, and there was the felony question. Have you ever been convicted of a felony? And I clicked yes. We'll discuss it interview. And he asked me about it. And he said, man, what's this about? I said, well, when I was 18, they sent me to prison on a second-degree murder charge that I did not commit. I did 11 years. I just got out. And he said, oh, man, you can't work here, man. He says, no. He says, this is what I'm going to do. He says, I'm going to pay you cash for Monday and Tuesday, and I need you to leave. He says, if anybody asks where you're going on the way out the door, you tell them that I was working at a convenience store. He said, you tell them that the convenience store business just ain't for you, and you've decided to pursue another career. And man, I went through a lot myself in trying to get a job. And that led to me starting my own business. And I've been pretty much self-employed most of the last 20 years. Not completely, but a lot of it. And that was real discouraging to me. And that led me to do a whole lot of things I wouldn't have otherwise have done. My mom owned a bar, and I couldn't get a job, but a lot of people at that bar did cocaine. And before I knowed it, I was wrapped up in the street life, the hustle and the bustle. I was selling. I was doing all kind of things that would have sent me back to prison if the good Lord above had not been looking out for me. And going through that phase, man, it almost ruined me. It almost killed me. I got real bad in addiction, and I had to beat that. I had to get off that, straighten all that out. And I've been clean and sober now, well over 10 years. But that wasn't the case at that point. And that's why I'm going back in. I want to teach these guys how to survive out here. What industries will hire felons? I want to teach them how to start their own business. I want to teach them how to combat negative thoughts. You know, my dad says a lot, you can't stop a bird from flying over your head, but you can sure stop it from making a mess in your hair. And I think a lot of times negative thoughts are like birds, and they start making nests in our hair. And we need to stop that. We need to be able to move forward and stay focused on our plan, irregardless of what happens. Life might dictate that we have to change tactics. Life might dictate that we have to change strategies. Life might dictate that we have to find another path, but never let it change your goal. The goal stays the same. The path to accomplish the goal could vary. So that's just one of the reasons why I'm going in. I wrote a whole series of books on positive attitude, improving your life, your health, your mental health, your spirituality, your finances, your personal relationships with your significant other. It's called the Up Your Averages series. This right here is the first book, Up Your Averages, a daily guide to improving the quality of your life. This is the second book, Up Your Averages, a daily guide to improving your relationship with your significant other or personal relationship. This is the third book, Daily Guide to Improving Your Finances. And for those who don't like to read, I got an inspirational picture book, a daily guide to improving your life for people who don't like to read. So I welcome you to subscribe to this channel. I make a video every week after I go into the prisons and come back out, and I chronicle my journey. I tell you about who it was I talked to, what we did, what the experience was like, and how close we are to accomplishing the goal. I think probably in a couple weeks I'm going to start this Monday night class. I'm real excited about it. And I appreciate if you like this video, if you subscribe to the channel, and you click the notification bell. By doing that, and make sure that you get all my videos and you don't miss anything. And then during the week, I do a morning motivation, right, where I deliver a positive word for the day to help keep you encouraged and give you strength. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Up Your Averages.